We live in a world where it's like, you know, everybody is kind of taught to look outside themselves a little bit. You know, from the time we're born, we're kind of forced into thinking about other people, whether it's family, friends, religion teaches us you do unto others as you do to you, or whatever that saying is. But, life changes when you realize it's all about self. And most people think that's selfish. And it took me a while to get to this level of understanding, like, it is all about self. You can't worry about what people do. I have been a martyr so long in this lifetime. Like, I felt like I had to give to receive for so long. I felt that was the way of life so much that you end up finding your worth in being of service to people. And that's where you go wrong. And my lessons taught me how to give in the right way. And it takes time to unlearn those programs. And I see so many people are going through that, whether they realize it or not. It's all about someone else. And that's the sickness that we all have to cure. It's all about self. It's not about anybody else outside of you. I took the heavy lessons of, being deceived, taken advantage of, being betrayed, all of that, right? I realized, on this journey, my life started to change when I took accountability. But to truly master yourself is to come back full circle and realize the issue was that you were not given to self. It's no telling what I'm about to do in this lifetime now, because I found the key to that. And I hope that, this message can be reached to a lot of people, because the thing is, like, when you learn the self and you learn to truly channel your energy into self, there's no limit to what you can do. There's no such thing as depression. There's no such thing as anxiety, and all of those lower emotions. When you look at the vibrational scale or the emotional scale, we see the lower chakras. And so many people are operating in their lower chakras because you're still giving outside of yourself. If you weren't, there's no need to feel shame. There's no need to feel guilty about being yourself, right? There's no need to have a fear about what you are, who you are. There's no need to have, like, this anger, this rage. That's what I had for so long, because really I was angry with myself, right? Knowing, damn, I overgave here, right? And really just saying that out loud. I had to learn, how can Tori change it, right? And I started looking at life differently on this path. I don't look at time like everybody else. I look at time as in evolution of self. So when you realize that there's only the present moment, truthfully, is only right now, that's when life starts to become sweet for you. If you look on the vibrational scale, we talk about satisfaction and trust. And that's about being in the present of right now. So if I'm constantly satisfied, I can lose anybody, right? I can always be solid with self, because you learn the art of satisfaction of self. It's not about finding happiness, because most times that's rooted in something outside of you. Oh, what makes you happy? That's what people ask, right? And normally they'll say something outside of themselves. It's never, I make myself happy. Or, you know what I mean? Because when you satisfy with self, naturally you can achieve happiness, because it's about self. It's like, if I'm good in me, that's going to bring feelings of happiness, whatever I do for me, right? So self-care. I like to take care of myself. That makes me happy. Right? But naturally, it's the art of satisfaction in the moment of trusting the process. That's why, and you know, it's such a deep thing with what we say. Trust the process. If we're in the present moment and we're constantly evolving, that means we're always in the process. Evolution don't stop. Now, realizing that evolution basically depends on if you are in that process and really maneuvering through your own process of self. You get it? Like, it's levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, really think about what y'all be saying. Trust the process. That's being present in the process. That's knowing that evolution is required. So think of the sun. And I was just telling my friend this, and I wanted to, like, you know, spread this because I think it's profound. And this is the level that helped me achieve this state of satisfaction. My last relationship taught me something very profound about self to get me into this satisfaction, right? So we also, a part of your evolution is people, you know, and learning yourself through people. They're going to mirror back to you what you need to fix. So this last relationship I was in, it showed me where I was still outside of myself. I can say now I commit to myself, truly, right? But I had to grow through the process. I had to trust that the process would lead me to self-mastery or to a level of satisfaction to where now life can flow. I can be in the flow, right? But I think about it as like, you know, what keeps us bound, and that's like time. There's only right now. And that's why it's so important to allow yourself to reset at any given point, because there's only right now. We get conflicted because, you know, they have a clock. They tell you what time it is. But take that away, right? And then it's the illusion that there are days. There's no such thing as a day. We've been in the same day since we came into this earth, truthfully. If you really want to think about it, because just because it's one sun, right? If the sun is not where you are, then technically it's going to be dark, but that doesn't mean it's a new day. The new day is in the present moment. And I hope this makes sense to somebody, because this helped me when I had this epiphany, speaking it out loud. It was like, damn, that's real shit. Like, and this is how I'm living my life going forward. If the sun is on the other side of the world, that's just because the sun is constantly evolving around us, correct? Like, if we really want to go down to the science of the solar system, it literally says that the earth orbits around the sun, right? The moon, the planets orbit around the sun. It's the solar system. Sol, hence, is the root etymology of sun. So therefore, the sun is constantly evolving. And when we learn to embody the sun, you start to think about it like this. Maybe when it's dark, maybe sleep is associated with nighttime, because this is a time of reflection, right? Or vice versa, however you want to look at it. You know, meditation is in the dark. You close your eyes, it's the dark, you know? And that's oftentimes where you can heal in your sleep, right? You can reset in your sleep in the darkness, right? So that's why all of that is very important, because then you can start fresh every day. So let's say, and I'm going to stop saying every day, but every second in the present moment, because then when the sun is back around, right, hence we embody the sun, sometimes we go down in the depths of our souls to get some lessons to evolve the self, right? And then when the sun is back around, we can apply those lessons. So that's symbolic of your day to day, right? Most times you meet people, you're going to meet them during the day while you're out, while you're active. You're not going to meet them in your bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it like that, you have a new start every day, because now you can apply the wisdom of self in the present moment every day to continue to evolve. And each night, it can be a point of evolution. Evolution is the key to life, and it's self-evolution. You can't give and give and give and give, and you can't worry about people. You can't worry about the outside and what's going on. You gotta know that, again, you are enough. Just you showing up, being your true, authentic self without the construct of today telling you gotta be this, you gotta have that. Give to yourself, commit to yourself, and naturally people will flow with you. And that's the paradox of life. I want people to get out of the fear, get out of the construct, because it's so limiting oftentimes as well. And this is why it's so important to grasp the concept of self-love in a different way, like committing to the self. Commit to yourself. And then naturally, everything else will flow.